it looks to me as an outsider as though the current president couldn't run again if you look beyond the midterms, and the people behind him are not really very appealing to the American people. Whereas the Republicans, you've hinted at it, have actually got some fairly impressive people. There could be a Churchillian figure amongst them.
I think there's 2 points, and the easier one very quickly is, I think a lot of people would translate your worries into the nuts and bolts of it, or the details would be that Donald Trump has a unique ability to incite the left, and therefore there will be billions of dollars and psychodramas and melodramas that otherwise wouldn't exist with a Republican candidate that would be more easy to focus on the issues. The second, when you use the word civilizational, I take that as transnational, meaning Western civilization in general, but the English-speaking peoples maybe in particular.
Yes,
and what we're saying there, and what you're saying is that we're at a divide, and there's half of the Western world is saying, we believe in consensual government, small government, national defense, self-sufficiency in energy and production, traditional values that have worked, and we don't have to be perfect to be good, and we have mechanisms within our constitutional systems that will adopt for changes that are necessary. We're not fixated on race, we're ecumenical. We want people we don't care about the color of their skin, we don't care, we just want them to be on the same page as far as our values go. And we welcome legal, measured, meritocratic immigration. That group of people is about half now. And there's the other half is saying, the United States in particular, but the West in general, is flawed at its birth. It's got these elemental sins it'll never recover. And borders are an artifact of the past. It's a racist, sexist, xenophobic culture. Inherently, we've got to destroy it. There's other paradigms we see around the world of socialism or whatever. And we're at a point now where the latter group, the critical group, the anti-Western group, controls the corporate boardroom. They control, I think, a lot of big tech, Silicon Valley, the traditional media, social media, professional sports, Hollywood, entertainment, all of the foundations that fund all of these various Soros projects, DAs that don't believe in traditional crime and punishment and deterrence and incarceration and indictment. And so the odds are with the left. They have the money in this new globalized economy. They have the connections, they have the influence, they have the reach, so to speak. All we have is the people, the middle classes. Yeah. And so if you put it that way, then personalities are not so important. The traditionalists are saying, we appreciate what Donald Trump did. He was a general in the army, but we're not about a general. We want all generals to appear, and the person who's going to be the most effective is going to get our allegiance. And how do we define effective? It means do not give the left an inroad because you have no margin of error. So every time you talk about something that they want you to talk about, or every time you tweet something that they can pass off as being crude, they win. We at this late date, given the resources of the opposition, we have no margin, no laxity. We have to be serious 24/7. And I think that's what the issue is. It's getting each 4-year cycle in the country, it's getting harder and harder for traditionalists and conservatives to maintain the civilization. And I think that's where we are now. And it's up to Donald Trump to decide whether he wants to lead the party. But if he were to lead the party, there can't be any, you can't say Anthony Fauci throws a ball like a girl. That's one day out of the news cycle you lose. You can't say that Liz Cheney is an idiot and a corrupt and all of it. That's one day, half a day out of the, you can't do it. You're not talking about closing ANWR down, or you're not talking about canceling the Keystone Pipeline. These are telling our closest allies in the Mediterranean, the Israelis, the Cypriots, the Greeks, were against East Med Pipeline as Biden did. So there's really issues that are important, and you can't waste 1 second. It's 5 minutes to midnight in Western civilization.